what is it to do anymore? It's just like there's nothing to do. DoorDash is a joke. The restaurant industry is trash. It's just trash. It's all trash. The shopping experience here in this country is absolute trash. Absolute trash. The only places to shop is Walmart, Target, Amazon. What happened to the big lots and just a lot of things. Like they said, the 99-cent stores are closing. All the bargain stores are closing. You go to the mall. I'm a small chick, but I'm not a size 0. You go to the mall, all the clothes are for, I'm thinking the stores are mostly for teenagers, and all the clothes are for people who are size 0, 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, goodness gracious, what about girls who are over that size? All the clothes are super small. I've always gotten away with like wearing a size medium or a large. Now, the clothes are getting smaller. And so they're pushing me out of what I've been wearing for years. I'm not a big chick at all. And I can't find clothes for me. Or all the clothes have back out. Like you want a sweater or something like that. It's all cut up. The back is cut up. I've seen some of the dumbest designs. And it's like, why can't I just get a regular shirt? Everything is a size smaller. Everything the jeans have rips and tears in it on purpose. It's like, I just want a decent pair of jeans. I just want a shirt that can cover my waist. But instead, all the shirts are crop tops. The sweaters were crop tops. I looked for some coats, some cute coats. All the cute coats were crop tops. Everything is goddamn crop top. I just want some clothes. So going to the mall is a joke. If I go to the mall, the only thing that I want from the mall is maybe like a Cinnabon. And then the Cinnabons are becoming like the new Taco Bell. Those things are run right through you. Okay? I've tried the Cinnabon. They have the caramel Cinnabon that they have going on. It's banging. It's really good in the winter time, holiday time. It's banging. Like Cinnabon know what they're doing. It's really good. But like I said, at the same time, that icing and all that stuff will flow right through you, go right through you. Okay, so I had to even calm down on that. The other thing that I would get from the mall is what Aunt Annie's, is that Aunt Annie's or Aunt Anne's pretzels. Now they're pretty good, if they weren't sitting out too long. But I mean, it's like that should not be the highlight of going to the mall. But even the food court sucks. The food period sucks. DoorDash and Uber Eats and all of those places, they can be a lifesaver sometime, but it's just extremely expensive. And the food selections suck. It's so sad. Where's the food out here, y'all? Where's some good places to eat? Then you have mom and pop shops closing down. You got restaurant chains like Red Lobster closing down. And they're not the only ones. There's plenty more. This has been going on since like 2008. The food sucks. Even at my job. I'm sick of the jobs with the pizza parties and all that for grown-ass people. At my job, the boss said, hey, you guys, I'm going to order lunch for the meeting, but the maximum amount that you all can have is $15 each, for the lunch. And then the motherfucker said, we going to choose off a DoorDash or something like that so that we don't have to leave work so that it can come to us, be delivered. When I looked at DoorDash, all you had was like Panera Bread, Taco Bell, maybe Chipotle. I mean, oh my God, where is the food? There is no meals. My job had to cancel our holiday dinner or whatever because they always go to this place that's like a country club that's absolutely disgusting. The food has no flavor. It looks beautiful. The look is deceiving. But when you actually get the food, it's tasteless. No flavor. It's just fucking horrible. Like, who is back there cooking this shit? I don't know. I feel like jobs are just jobs. People aren't really trying to cook that well. They don't care. It's just a job. Then you have places like Wingstop that can constantly change their fucking menu. I mean, why would Wingstop take away their bread rolls, dinner rolls? Honestly, that was the whole reason why I went. Their dinner rolls was slamming. Y'all know. It was slamming. And now they took away their dinner rolls. I don't fuck the chicken. I fuck it because it's a hit or miss anyway. When I go to Wingstop, sometimes the chicken is good. I usually like the chicken tenders. They're really good if y'all haven't tried that. But the chicken sometimes it's just a hit or miss, and I'm tired of it. The hit or miss. Everything's about $20. I don't have time for it to be a hit or miss. Everybody's changing their menu. You know, I'm sick of fast food. I'm like, where are the restaurants? Went to a restaurant. I've gone to some restaurants around holiday time. They just overcharge. I went to Benihana's. It was good, but I mean, they don't give you enough rice for shit. And the meat was, it looked like at the moment, it was enough to get you full for that moment. But about an hour or two later, you're going to still be hungry. And like I said, I'm not even a big girl. But you're going to still be hungry. And Benihana's had the fucking nerve to charge us a party of two, damn near $170 on holiday time. And even we went when there wasn't a holiday, and they still was trying to overcharge. And it's just not fucking worth it. And then they sit you next to all these goddamn strangers, and the seats are so close. Thank goodness I'm a small person, because if you're a big person, goddamn, you're not gonna be able to enjoy your own like personal space. I'm just tired of it. I went to an Olive Garden, and oh my god, like I went to Olive Garden. The portions have changed. The food was disgusting. The best thing to look forward to was the breadsticks and the salad. And then by the time you take the food home, if you have any leftovers, like I said, usually I'm a small chick, so usually I do have leftovers. But over the years, I've noticed it hasn't been my appetite increasing, it's been them decreasing the portion size. So I found myself still being hungry, and I'm like, no. I'm like, back in the day, you know, I have a plate or something to take home. It's like these motherfucking restaurants are saying, put less and less food on their plate, and if they have enough to take home, then we're not doing our job right. I feel like they're even eliminating having the to-go boxes and whatnot, because they don't want to give you a lot of food. They just want to give you enough so that you can eat right now, and it's just not worth it. They're not going to last. Not like that. Fuck no. You're not going to last. Another thing, when I went to Olive Garden, haven't been in a very long time. That's why I'm like, let's check it out. Olive Garden. And sometimes they have those little specials during the day, The inside of the building was raggedy as fuck. I said, oh, I get it. The carpet was low, like a tennis ball. You know, the tennis ball, the hair on the tennis ball is so low. It's like raggedy carpet. That's what they had. They had raggedy carpet. It was low. They had wallpaper falling down off the fucking walls. They had the booths and stuff. The chairs looked old as hell, from like 30 years ago. The booth that they set us up at had tears and rips all in the goddamn booth. How dare the waiter even look and see this shit and still sit you at a booth where the goddamn the booth seat is fucking ripped and cotton and shit is coming out. They don't even care. We sat at this booth where the booth seats were raggedy, where there was food on the wall that we were sitting next to. There was food on the wall, and then there was also wallpaper coming off the wall. It was fucking gross and disgusting. And I said, I get it. Whoever owned this Olive Garden or whatever, or however they did it, the operator, whatever, I said, they must have put in some money, invested. This is what these companies do. They do their initial investment, and they have everything looking nice and beautiful and say, this is supposed to last for at least 20 to 30 years. And then by that time, we're going to sell it to someone else or whatever, however we do, as is. And then someone else may purchase it as is, you know, independently owned by this franchisee owner. And they purchase it as is, and it's just a piece of shit. And they say, hey, I'm not about to invest more in this. Denny's used to be the place. Back in the day, Denny's was the place. Y'all not gonna lie. Denny's was that place. They were in the lead. Denny's was in the lead, okay? Denny's have changed. They're still hanging by a fucking thread. And I went to Denny's, and this was many, many, many years ago. And that's when I said, yeah, I won't be coming here again. I'm like, they definitely fell off. And I'm even embarrassed to mention Denny's. Like, mentioning Denny's is, like, so embarrassing to mention them now. Like, I don't even want to be associated. Like, what? You went to Denny's? But I went to the Denny's, and it was the same thing. Raggedy as hell, old and outdated. The look was so old and outdated. The carpet was bald-headed, low down to the ground. And, I mean, everything has changed from the type of workers that these places hire. There's just no pride in these jobs, and I understand why. I mean, I think that America's gotten to the point where they have optimized everything so much that, you know, they've gotten rid of a lot of their employees over the decades with these jobs closing, Kmart's and all this stuff. So they get rid of their employees, and then it just becomes a place that's just like a shit show place, and it's just a waste of money, and just they're not what they used to be. They're not what they used to be. It's not what it was decades ago. It's just not. Everything has changed. I used to frequent Red Lobster back in the day all the time. I mean, Red Lobster was the spot. Nobody's gonna lie. Red Lobster was the spot. It was perfect for a date. It was perfect for graduation. Red Lobster was that place. And, you know, I remember when it was really good, you know, I would go and get my shrimp and all that. Oh, it was so delicious. Oh, my God. Then, you know, around that first recession, 2008, 2009, I remember that I went to the Red Lobster again a few times. I wasn't frequenting it as often as I usually would. And I remember, like, just the shrimp didn't look clean. Things just tasted differently. And this is around the times when those restaurants used to have the managers come over to ask you how everything is and this and that. I've seen managers afraid to come to the table just to ask how is everything, and they're hoping and praying that you say everything is okay. And don't be on a date or something with someone or with a group, because they'll come over. They're not checking for everybody to see that everybody is satisfied. They'll come over to your table if it's more than one person, and as long as they just get an okay from one person, then they hurry up and scurry on to the next table. They're so fucking afraid to ask everybody, how do you feel about your experience? Would you come again? This and that. And Red Lobster's been doing those surveys and shit for all those fucking years, and you still can't get it right. You've been surveying all the fucking time in the restaurant and on the receipts, and if there was email or something by the time a person gets home. So you asked all those fucking questions only to close down hundreds of your fucking stores. Get real. So, like I said, it's just getting really sad. At this point, you know, I just want to do international travel and go to other places and taste their food and get an experience, because this American experience with the foods here, fast food gonna run you about $20 to $25. You are better off just going to one of these little ran down Applebee's or Chili's, or, you know, maybe there's a mom and pop shop somewhere, you know, where you live or work. Sometimes you're just better off, because why in the hell will I spend $20 or $25 at a fast food joint, McDonald's, Culver's, Chick-fil-A? Fuck all y'all. Why would I spend my money there? $25 there when you can just go, if there is a mom and pop shop that is still, you know, doing somewhat well and in business, you can just go there and get yourself a fucking meal from them. And that's what I've been trying to do more than anything. Like I said, still you get on DoorDash and Uber, it's a shit show. You can't be serious with the options on there. Pizza places, a taco here and there. And these motherfuckers always get it wrong. They forget to put something in the bag. They forget to give you your utensils. I ordered DoorDash once because the boss ordered it for our breakfast meeting or whatnot. And the motherfuckers forgot to put our breakfast items in the bag, like our utensils. Some people say syrup or syrup. Hey, whatever floats your boat, but they didn't put our syrup in there. They didn't put like any of the things that we needed, jelly, jam. And it's just like, so you take that risk. And then these motherfuckers, especially Grubhub, I'm done with them. These motherfuckers don't want to give you discounts when you're supposed to get it. Grubhub has a guarantee that if there's something with their delivery, like they didn't deliver on time, that they will give you some type of incentive, whether it was a refund. They'll do something about it because your satisfaction is guaranteed and all this shit. Fuck that. I've never honestly ordered ever from Grubhub. They're the least, I choose DoorDash or Uber Eats over them, but I was like, okay, let me try Grubhub, see if they have any specials. I never ordered. I only ordered from them twice, and it was within the past 2 weeks, right? And I will never fucking order from them again. I'm tired of the desperation from these companies when they do something wrong and they don't want to make up for it. So they say they have this guarantee. I'm putting in my first order ever with them. My order was supposed to be delivered by now. For some reason, it's taking them an extra 30 or 40 minutes. Then I get on the chat with someone. They're not even trying to accommodate me in any kind of way. They're like, oh, we don't know what's going on. Well, it should be there. Maybe it should be coming. Just be patient. What happened to the fucking guarantee? Now, this was my first order. I did have a promo code where I was able to get like $10 off. But that does not mean that if we give you a promo code or a discount on your order, that we can slack on the delivery and deliver your shit 45 minutes late. So, I end up getting my order 45 minutes late. And then when it came time to ask them about that, they were just like disconnecting the chat. They were not trying to get, to help me at all. I had time that day. So I called and they were giving good customer service. Then they just start getting into this robotic mode where they're just like not going to help. Was there anything else that I can help you with? Well, sorry for your experience, this and that, but we've given you a lot of discounts and refunds. I said, you never did. I said, this is my only order. I've never ordered before. And I'm like, and this is your guarantee. What are you going to do about it? The motherfuckers don't want to do shit about it. They act so poor, so cheap. And I mean, they're definitely not an American company. I don't give a fuck. Like that. None of the people who was, assisting me with my complaint or whatnot, in my experience, none of them were American. And it was just a slap in the fucking face. It's like, I'm spending my money. You have an advertisement. You want people to do business with you, and you can't even practice great customer service. And now you're disconnecting the chat, disconnecting the call, and going into your robotic, sentences. And it was just like dead end. And I said, fuck them. I will never order from Grubhub again. And let me just tell you how I just feel overall as a consumer with shitty services being offered and all of that. I'm so strict with my money. I learned that years ago. Be strict with your money. Somebody doesn't want to provide you great customer service. Somebody wants to devalue you as a customer, shrug you off, whatever. Word of mouth is good. It is effective. And I just feel like you work so hard for your money. Fuck these companies. Fuck them. And it is what it is, because they're saying fuck you. Don't go to their ran down ass restaurants. Don't order from these platforms that's not going to do right by you. Do not spend your money with these people who don't give a fuck about you. who don't give a fuck about how or whatever you had to do to make that money. This is your hard-earned money, and you have to learn how to pull back and say no. So I do enjoy cooking, but I get tired just like anyone. You know, you've worked or whatever, and you get tired and you just want to relax and stuff. But when I get so tired, honestly, where I live, there's not many food places. And maybe you're saying, well, shit, where I live is not many food options as well. I mean, my DoorDash app or Uber Eats will say Dairy Queen or some shit like that. Some nasty ass Chinese food or something. It's just gross. The food selections out here is gross. The services are just horrible. The stores are closing left to right. The customer service is horrible. The jobs don't want to and cannot afford to hire the best of the best, because the best going to want to get paid. The best is they're going to want their benefits. The best are not desperate, and they will move around until they find something that is worthy of their time. You know, so you are going to find more of the shitty jobs, the shitty workers, people who don't care. There's no passion. And it's just funny because I remember jobs like back in the day, like there was Kohl's department store, and people were so proud to work there, or at a Macy's. I've worked at a Macy's fragrance counter, you know, seasonally when I was like, 18 or whatever. And it's just like people used to take so much pride in their jobs. But now people don't want to work these shitty ass jobs. They just don't. It's shitty. And they have gone above and beyond with their optimization. So they found ways to cut corners and get the best workers out and just get the shitty workers in. And that's just what it is. So what was I saying about Red Lobster a little bit earlier? How they used to do all those surveys and this and that. So one time a manager came to my table. I was eating alone. I went there, treated myself, went alone. Nice little afternoon, getting a little lunch going. And so, the food was shit. When it came back to me, it was a piece of shit. And the manager came over looking scared as hell to even ask me about my experience, like they always do. It's like somebody pushed them out the back, like they're in the back or something looking and watching the customers eat. And somebody's like pushing them, like, go out there and ask them how it is. And they fucking dreaded to do that shit. I could see it on their face. And the manager came over, how is the food and this and that. And I just had to tell her the truth. And she was sweet too. Older lady, and she was sweet and everything. But I said, I'm like, it just doesn't taste right. I said, something is different, And she kept it real with me. She said, look, she said everything, she said, we get everything from, she was like, what do you call it? The place where factory, I don't know, some other facility, some shit. She was saying that we used to do everything in-house. She said we used to clean it in-house. We used to do a lot of stuff in-house. She said now everything is standardized. We get all of our shrimp and stuff. It's already pre-made and whatever, cooked and prepared and whatever, and it comes to us frozen. That's what she told me straight up. I said I knew something changed. Because the shrimp just was not even clean. I don't know what the fuck they're doing at those factory facilities, whatever the fuck they're doing, the distribution center. I don't know what they're doing, but I knew something changed. You're not going to fool no American consumer who've had good food before from these restaurants, and now it's turned to shit. And she just was really sorry about it. And I mean, how many motherfucking discounts can they give? All those surveys and shit and giving discounts and just knowing the truth. I mean, and every time I went to that Red Lobster, and at Red Lobster, they used to, fix up. I mean, Red Lobster looked really nice on the outside and themed out and all that. And then the inside, but I mean, that shit costs. And I just don't think that they had the money, to keep giving every customer a fucking discount. Anyway, this is going on almost 25 minutes, and I'm going to just wrap this up. You guys, let me know what are your experiences with the food selection in your area, wherever you're at. Just let me know. Are you experiencing the same thing? Like, I can't be the only one. Is your DoorDash and Uber Eats popping? Is it popping and you like, oh no, we got a lot of good food choices? Because mine's isn't. When you go to the mall, is the food court popping? When you go to the mall, is it anything worth fucking buying anymore? What is your experience as an American consumer? How do you consume? Where do you consume? Where do you shop? What stores do you know that has closed down? I done seen so many going out of business sales in the mall, outside the mall. I went to the malls are becoming more and more like just empty. Empty. This one mall that I went to, it was so empty. They only had like maybe less than 5 stores out of the whole mall that was open. And the food court was no food court. Actually, it was one place. It was maybe like some Chinese food that was in there. And then all the other places were closed. This was a deserted mall. There was like a Cinnabon place in there. They left all their equipment and shit. They were like, fuck all this shit. And it was just dead. The mall was absolutely dead. Just a few people walking around. You could count all the people who were in the entire mall. And it's just like, damn. So they're going to have to tear that shit down. This is the new consumer experience. This is the new America. This is the new, this mall experience. This is what you get. And let me tell you, I'm in the Midwest. I'm down on the, south and southeast. I'm all over. And I even went to the Mall of America. Used to be like, oh my God, Mall of America used to be that place to shop. I'm sorry. When I went to the Mall of America recently, I was so disappointed. The food courts are smaller than what they were. The food selection, I mean, they had some other selections, but they had a little bit. It was okay, but there was just nothing to buy in that mall. Like I said, all the stores are for teenagers that are size 0, 1, 2, and 3. Just like I said, the whole shopping experience was fucking horrible. And I said, damn, this is the Mall of America. And where can I shop? There's nothing. There's nothing to buy. There's just nothing. It's a lot of junk shit that's out there these days. So again, this is going on for almost 30 minutes almost. And I just want to know y'all thoughts. Am I the only one? So again, you guys are listening to One Sexy Virgo. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and tune in next time. One Sexy Virgo.